Hey there. Being a startup founder, I have realized that it is super important for founders to market themselves and their company, build network, and make a lot of noise in what they're doing. And their very survival in a lot of occasions depend on that. It is super important to definitely have a great product, to have a great team, but it's also important to make sure that everyone or a lot of people outside the organization is also aware of the work that you're doing and the impact that you're having in the world. And hence marketing becomes a very important aspect for entrepreneurs. And when you think of marketing, a lot of people think about online advertising, SEO optimizations and stuff like that, which is quite common. There are a lot of founders who have done a really really good job in marketing themselves, creating content that connects with a lot of people, and well known for putting out tweets or Instagram posts or YouTube videos that go pretty viral. There's no doubt about that. People like Mark Cuban, who have become famous because of their appearance on Shark Tank, and because of that public opinion that they hold of themselves, they are able to market more effectively of or about what they do. And unfortunately, most of the founders, including me, are not naturally skilled in marketing, public speaking, putting out content, and so on. Quite often, a lot of founders would what they love more than anything in the world is build and grow their company and not necessarily make a lot of noise about it. For a lot of us, it does not come naturally. But I also realize that it's very important, being entrepreneurs, regardless of what stage you are, in utilizing the resources that you have available to make sure that you have the right amount of output in terms of the messaging that you want to put out in the world, which will eventually, in one way or the other, help you in the long run as well. So the first aspect is to leverage the social media platforms, which are practically free to use, except maybe LinkedIn Premium. This is a very very powerful tool if you really realize that in this day and age, the way to reach hundreds and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people at a very short duration of time has become easier than ever before. Now, the question obviously becomes, how do you get to that? And that gets to my second part, which is creating content. And when people think of content, obviously they think of fancy Mr. Beast videos or well-produced videos that are often, get a lot of attention. And so people have the preconceived notion that unless I have a fancy camera, fancy editing techniques, and a fancy microphone, there is no point in me creating content. But more often than not, I've realized that that is not necessarily the case. When you think of creating content, you're not just pushing things into the world and hoping something sticks, though that is one strategy to go about it. You should also think of it in a way that there are a lot of people with a lot of questions, and there you might be in a position because of your work to be able to share information or knowledge that would help others. And so that focus on content marketing, whether you're creating content that can help your customers, your investors, your mentors, your community, whoever it is, I think can play a big role in that aspect as well. And third, if you really think about it, the type of content that works best, especially for content creators who don't have a large following, is to create content that can help your customers. Like I mentioned earlier, those kind of content where people organically seek and find out and share with others have been really good. And whatever startup that you're working in, you're definitely trying to work on a pain point and making a lot of content about how to help with those pain points would inevitably help in a lot of ways. Companies, I know, like Starter Story, have used platforms like Reddit quite a bit to promote the stories of the startups that they're working on and sharing that and making it viral so that people who are looking for it can easily find it as well. But more than content, now I must profess by saying I am no expert in content creation. I'm no public figure. I am no viral expert in any of this. But what I do realize is that the human aspect of this needs to be there. I strongly believe in human connections, human networking, helping each other out. In fact, I do believe in helping others more than perhaps people have helped me, or at least I try to. And that remains whether it's digital or offline. And that aspect of helping people out should be translated or can be translated because of the content and because of the channels that are available, by making yourself perhaps more authentic, speaking straight into a camera like I am doing right now, and sharing your thoughts, and perhaps using that as a way to connect with more people than you might physically able to do in person. And hence, marketing in a shoestring budget is critical for startups where they do not have the budget to advertise, put out fancy content, or invest a lot in content marketing or advertising. Where even if you did have the money, I strongly believe that good content that can help people will perform naturally better. And the more you put out, the more you can reach people, and the more people you help inevitably would come back and support your venture and support your work as well. And that's what I strongly believe. I also strongly believe that every founder should go beyond their comfort zone, like I have and a lot of other people have, and stand in front of a camera and be proud of the work that they are doing, not be conscious of their accent or any other shortcomings that they may think for themselves. For example, I'm very conscious of the fact that I may stutter at times, or I may use filler word at times. But people have told me that you should not worry about that and just be authentic and keep at it, while you will eventually increase or enhance your craft of speaking as well, which I'm trying to do right now. So that's a very strong advice that I have for entrepreneurs of all stages, whether you're in early ideation stage or series C. I think it's very important for you to put yourself out there and be your authentic self, and most importantly, help people.